The Talmud has some interesting and slightly spooky advice in one of its passages. It states that if a person wants to know whether he or she will live out the year, they should light a lamp between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur in a house where no wind blows. And if that lamp continues to burn, then they know they'll live out the year. Now, what does that mean? What kind of house has wind blowing in it, such that you'd have to find one where no wind blows? So I heard a beautiful explanation as follows. If you light a flame inside a glass bowl, you can see it burn, as long as there's enough air coming through an opening. But if that bowl becomes smudged or dirtied or clouded or blackened, then you won't be able to see the flame. Now, the flame is still burning bright, but there's a problem with the glass bowl. Similarly, each of us has a flame that burns bright inside us. That's our soul. But our soul lives within a receptacle, a glass bowl of sorts, our bodies. And when our bodies become clouded or smudged or dirtied or blackened through sin, then we can't see that flame, the flame of our soul, even though it's still burning. And so what the Talmud is suggesting is light that flame, light that lamp of your soul in a home where no wind blows, no wind from outside, no wind from the street, no wind of immodesty, no wind of temptation, no wind of philosophies or ideologies that are at odds with Judaism. We've got to keep those outside of our home. And maybe that's why God rigs the calendar so that Sukkot follows immediately on the heels of Yom Kippur. 4 short days after Yom Kippur, just enough time to buy your lulav and buy your esrog and build your sukkah, and boom, it's Sukkot time. And on Sukkot we go outside, from our homes, outdoors into the sukkah. Outdoors where the wind is always blowing. And so we walk into a decompression chamber of sorts, a portal from our homes and our synagogues where we've been praying on Yom Kippur, out into the world where that wind is always blowing, but we got to spend a week in our sukkah, a week filling our pockets up with extra mitzvahs. Every minute we spend in the sukkah is another mitzvah. And maybe that's also why, even though our judgment was inscribed on Rosh Hashanah and sealed on Yom Kippur, the ink is not yet dry. The judgment is not sealed finally until the last day of Sukkot, the day of Hoshana Rabbah. Because maybe God wants to see us spend that extra week outside in our sukkah where the wind is blowing outdoors to see, do we sway when those winds of the street are blowing? Or do we stand tall and stand strong and resist them? Have a happy, beautiful